What an embarrassment. What an absolute embarrassment.
Angel Reese just had the worst game of her career. And it's not just a bad day at the office. It's an absolute disaster for the WNBA.
Something, as the kids would say, diabolical was taking place last night. And it was Angel Reese setting women's basketball back 30,000 years.
Now, you might be saying, hey, everyone has bad games. And yeah, you'd be right. But this is different because there was a build-up to this game, attention, a spotlight, a media frenzy that set the stage for what turned into a seismic reaction. And that reaction drudged up everything the WNBA has been desperately trying to move past. All of it came to the forefront in one night, and the WNBA only has themselves to blame.
Last night was further proof as to why people do not respect the WNBA.
No, they weren't on the court. Kathy Engelbert doesn't control missed shots or poor decisions. But the league absolutely set the stage for a primetime embarrassment at a league level. This was the culmination of over a year. How they've treated Angel Reese, but also how they've treated Caitlin Clark and the millions of new fans she's brought in. Over the past week, that tension has been cranked up to the max. And after Angel's performance, it's clear the league has made a huge mistake. And there's only one way out of it. I'll explain. Let's get into what actually happened, the reaction, and what the league should do, but probably won't. Because hey, it's the WNBA. But first, like this video and drop a brick in the comments because, well, you're about to see why.
Like Angel was not good today. Like this is the worst game I've seen her play. She played no defense. She played no defense. The only reason she got the double-digit rebounds was because she got 5 offensive rebounds in one possession.
So let's get right into the train wreck that was Angel Reese's performance against the Liberty because, honestly, it was next-level bad, both statistically and visually. And you'll see exactly what I mean in a second, and why this is devastating for the WNBA.
2 points, 12 rebounds, 3 steals. 0 for 8 from the field. 33% from the free throw line.
There's not really much I can add to that. It was absolutely dismal in every possible way. And even though it's early in the season and too soon to draw conclusions, WNBA fans and sports analysts alike couldn't help but point out the obvious.
She missed 5 shots on one possession today. She caught 5 offensive boards in one possession.
Offensively, she was 0 for 8 from the field, and those misses ended up being a lot of rebounds that padded her stats. But the thing that people noticed most in that sequence was her tunnel vision.
And Angel Reese, she regressed. In this play, she had tunnel vision. She had players all around her. She should have just kicked it out. Camila Cardoso just looks at her, just decides to walk away. She's over it. And Jonquel Jones just goes, not in my house.
And it wasn't just this game. When you look at her totals for the year, she's had a rough start.
Angel Reese again, leading the league in the lowest plus minus. Oh no. 5 for 22 and 10 turnovers through 2 games.
I'm not going to harp on this much more, but when ESPN takes time to comment, you know it's a bad day at the office. And they dropped a 10 megaton nuke straight to everyone's phones.
Did Angel Reese break? I didn't say it was a good record. I never said that. Shout out to you, Price, because I missed this. Historically bad shootings with a E emoji. Angel Reese goes 0 for 7 from within 4 feet of the basket to tie most misses from that distance in the WNBA over the past 10 seasons.
Now, normally, something like this, a bad game, would just get written off. Everyone has an off night. You move on. But here's where things get bad. It wasn't just the stats. In a world driven by sound bites and snapshots, Angel Reese gave us a low-light reel for the ages. It's almost like a fail montage, but it's just an unedited sequence of miss after miss. This is the kind of stuff that doesn't just disappear. These clips get posted, shared, replayed, and memed into eternity. So get your Tylenol ready, because here's 15 seconds of pain. Cardoso with the miss. Angel Reese picks it up, what she's good at, getting another offensive rebound. She says, "Gimme that." How about another? Persistence trying to pay off. Jones gets a piece. Angel Reese won't give up. This was a short, brutal, and instantly shareable snapshot of just how rough Angel's night really was. And if that wasn't bad enough, there was a graphic making the rounds, a visual breakdown that detailed every painful second of that sequence. It was all there, laid out second by second like a crime scene analysis.
And, there's something going around right now with the play-by-play. It talks about Angel Reese rebound, Angel Reese miss, Angel Reese rebound, Jonquel Jones block. It's just, you can't write this, but
And while it was a tough night for Angel, it was worse for the league. Because the clips of her repeatedly missing 1-foot layups and padding her stats with rebounds spread like wildfire. And it didn't just go viral. It reinforced the underlying criticisms that have dogged the WNBA since day one. About skill level, about entertainment value, about whether the league is worth watching. And the worst part? Those lowlights were coming from one of the most visible and outspoken players in the league. The player who says things like this.
Yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too.
And the aftermath was exactly what you'd expect. It was brutal.
All I gotta say is, wow. I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like it about the Angel Reese game. And after that game yesterday, there's no lying anymore.
All I got to say is wow. I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like that Angel Reese game. And after that game yesterday, there's no lying anymore.
Her defenders, you can't defend this. And look, this ain't the first time. We know it's not the first time. This is just the first time that all the clouds aligned and there was no points.
You're seeing fans turn on her. You're seeing fans turn on Angel Reese. I've never seen the Angel Reese hate watch be like this. I'm hearing Sky fans. I'm hearing Sky fans. I'm hearing Angel fans being like, you know what? She needs to do something about the layups.
The internet does not hold back. And X lit up immediately with posts like this. Angel Reese with her signature move. Angel Reese went off tonight. This may be the most embarrassing sports clip in history. Angel Reese doing Angel Reese things. I just can't quite figure out why Angel Reese isn't as popular as Caitlin Clark, who doesn't like to watch this. And it wasn't just Angel haters. Angels fans could no longer deny the shortcomings that have plagued her in the WNBA.
Everybody cares. It is a little that Bird Magic moment, if you recall, from 1979 when those two rookies came in from a big college rivalry, one white, one black. And so we have that moment with these two. But the one thing I know about sports, you need rivalry.
Now look, I'm sure Angel will turn things around and, excuse the pun, rebound to a degree. But this one brought out an instant and almost cathartic response from WNBA fans and observers. Almost like an I told you so moment. Well, it all starts with how people feel the WNBA has treated Angel Reese and mistreated Caitlin Clark. Let's quickly rewind to what started it.
Let's make this very clear in terms of actual skill and maybe even production. It is not a rivalry. And if it is a rivalry, it's Benzino biting at the heels of Eminem at his peak. What are we really doing here?
But still,
The WNBA knew Caitlin Clark was a monster draw the moment she left college. She had just set the all-time NCAA scoring record, men's and women's. She took a mid-tier Iowa program to back-to-back national title games. And her final championship game against South Carolina? It drew 18.9 million viewers, without Angel Reese in the picture. So no, she can't take credit. But instead of letting Caitlin stand on her own as the face of the league, the WNBA decided to manufacture a rivalry. All because Angel Reese waved her hand and pointed at her finger. They elevated Angel. They promoted the drama. They built the narrative. But over the course of last season, it became painfully clear Caitlin Clark was the far superior player. And more importantly, she was the one people were tuning in to watch. Stays here with Indiana, Clark, a deep one. You bet. 2 in the first quarter against Connecticut, Clark on a 3. The contrast between the two players was Grand Canyon-sized. Caitlin Clark was breaking records, selling out arenas, and putting up highlight after highlight. Angel Reese, while marketable and having a strong rookie campaign that got her an all-star nod, wasn't delivering anywhere near the same level of production or impact.
Any other league, this would be described as huge embarrassing failure. In the WNBA, Angel Reese is still being described as a big star.
But still, the league kept pushing the Caitlyn versus Angel rivalry as if it was some kind of equal showdown. They kept packaging it, promoting it, selling it, even when the gap between the two on the court was undeniable.
And the reason why people are hate watching, the reason why people are showing this is that basketball fans are being gaslit into being told that she was, I'm not saying good because she's extremely effective, but a talented basketball player. Angel Reese is all heart.
And because the league and the media kept debating Angel versus Caitlyn, even though the gap was clear as day and undervaluing Caitlyn's impact, Caitlyn Clark fans, who could clearly see who was actually driving the momentum, took every opportunity last season to point out Angel's shortcomings. Interview. And you'd think that chapter would have closed by now. Caitlyn Clark was named Rookie of the Year. She was Times Athlete of the Year. She has 41 nationally broadcast games this season. The Caitlyn Clark effect has only gotten bigger. The league had every opportunity to move on from the manufactured rivalry. They could have let Angel be Angel, let her carve her own path, build her spotlight, without it always being tied to Caitlyn. And honestly, that would have been good for her. She's not Caitlyn. She's a completely different player. But instead, they ran it back. They hyped it up all over again. And the results so far? They've been disastrous.
Because it has escalated into something where now there is an investigation going on because there has been hateful fan comments, supposedly, directed towards Angel Reese.
Now, yes, the game averaged 2.7 million viewers, the most for a WNBA regular season game since 2000. But let's be honest, just like the Sky moving their fever matchups to the United Center, you've got to believe that's mostly because of Caitlyn. And while the numbers look great on paper, it's the aftermath of that game that's been a nightmare for the league. And this is why Angel's bad game is a huge issue for the WNBA. You'll see exactly what I mean in a minute.
Not getting details from any of the players, coaches, staff who are actually there in the arena. So with this, it kind of confirms my hypothesis that the WNBA was looking at stuff on social media and thought it was a good idea to open an investigation based on social media claims that didn't have any validity to them. And like we have talked about, the one audio clip that is going viral is actually something from a famous YouTuber. It is not someone in the crowd shouting animal noises.